So how important is how important is lighting when you're trying to take pictures or shoot videos? If you ask my honest opinion, I think it makes more of a difference to just change the lights than it does to get a new lens or get a new camera body or change your editing software or any of these other things that you may think you need. Lighting can make a world of difference in both your photos and your videos. So for well over half of the videos I've made so far, I've just used window light. That was all my lighting that I used in the kitchen. If you watch some of my earlier videos, I did all these videos at my kitchen table and all I used was the light coming through the window. As you can see, it's just a window back here. So there's a few pros and cons about using a window. Some pros: one, it's really cheap. Two, it's beautiful light. It's like the perfect tone. It's super natural. It's what everybody's used to seeing. So it's a great color. Three, most of the time it's bright enough. But that kind of leads me into the cons. First con is that sometimes it's not bright enough. Sometimes it's gray outside, sometimes it's getting dark real early. Like right now, it's the end of November, it gets dark super early, and the window is not always going to provide enough light for you to shoot videos or take pictures from. Another con is that it's pretty much only at the window that you can get this light from. You can't move around, you can't work in a different room, you can't go to a different corner of the house, you're stuck in front of the window, and that's it. So you can't change the direction of it. If you're trying to show a specific product and get the lighting right, a lot of the times you're stuck between getting the right angle and having a good background and lighting the subject properly. So you're very limited as to the flexibility that you have when you're using the light from a window. So after shooting like that for a long time, I decided I want more dedicated light. I want to be able to shoot after dark. And I don't want to deal with the horrible, horrible yellow light of standard house lighting. It's very, very yellow and very difficult to look at. So I decided I'm gonna go get me a light. I got the cheapest thing I could find on Amazon, and it is the Limo Studio photography lighting kit. This here was $40 for the whole thing. Comes with the stand, everything. Comes with like a 3-foot cord, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. It's got this big reflective interior, a gigantic light bulb. Look at this thing. You see how big this light bulb is? Focus. It's huge. And this breaks down pretty good. It gets fairly small. Really, once it all breaks down, the biggest thing you have to worry about is the light bulb, because you don't want to damage that. So this got me through the last, I don't know, 15 or 20 videos, and it's been doing great. For $40, it's an absolute steal. But the problem is the light is kind of really, really white. It's got a nice little diffuser curtain here, which does a fine job. I don't have any complaints with this light other than the length of the cord down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and close the blinds, show you guys what this light looks like. Blinds are closed. All right, so there we go. This is what the $40 light looks like. It's about 20 inches away from my face right now. So this is very close, this is very direct. I typically try and move it a little bit further away, and it adds a little bit softer lighting once you get further away from it. But for $40, this thing is awesome. Get a little extension cord if you do buy it, because it's just really aggravating. It's got an inline toggle switch to turn it on and off. So that's super basic. It's a little too far up, close to the head of it, so you have to really reach around it to find the toggle switch. It'd be nicer if it was out here somewhere where you could grab it without having to fight your way around this whole big umbrella looking thing. So this brings me to my latest addition to my lighting setup. This is kind of cool. I've already opened this up before, So I'm just going to give you a general idea of what comes in the box. First of all, you get this tube. What could possibly be in this tube? A light bulb, possibly, but it's even better than that. It's a roll of fabric. No, it's a flexible LED panel. You guys see that? They're all LEDs. There's a bunch of them too. I think there's like 400 or 500 on this panel here. Let's go over some of the cons right off the bat. So the old light had a very short cord, and that was it. This comes with a power brick, an incredibly long power cord for that power brick, probably a 10-foot cord here, which plugs into the back of the power brick like so. And then off the other side, you've got another 4 feet to this XLR looking plug. What could this possibly be for though? Well, we're not done with the power accessories yet. That XLR plug plugs into this thing. It's a light controller for this specific light. You just plug it in like that. I can only assume that this is for hanging it off of something. I'm not exactly sure though. So then on the end of this is another kind of XLR looking plug. And that finally plugs into the LED panel. And there it is, hooked up to the panel, hooked up to this cord, hooked up to the controller, hooked up to the power brick, which you can then plug into the wall. And that there is the biggest con of this lighting system, is just how much stuff it takes just to power the stupid thing. Another bad thing about this one is that it doesn't come with any stand. The $40 one came with a stand. This one did not come with a stand. Let me go ahead and get you guys a price on this one. This is the, right here's the name of it. It is the Falcon Eyes RX18 TD light. Now, this lighting system will set you back $340. So for an extra $300, you get a lot more cords, a flexible LED panel, and some additional features. We're getting there. Okay, first of all, you get this Ninja Star looking thing, which hooks into the back of this LED panel here to give you a nice rigid square rectangle. So you can mount it to stuff and use it as a regular light. There you go. Now you're ready to use this as just your standard light. A pro of this one is it is incredibly thin. Well, minus this distance here, but overall, super thin light, can fit into corners and up against walls. A lot better than the big Limo Studio light. It comes with a softbox attachment. You can get smaller and less feature-filled ones of these for cheaper. You get all the way down to the RX12, which is only $65. But I was sent the big one, which was sent to me by the same company that sent me the Smooth Q gimbal. So if you want to see my review of this, check out this link right here. And also check out the links in the description if you're interested in checking out this cool flexible LED lighting. So with this softbox reflector here, you just Velcro it to the back. And there it is in all of its reflective glory. Then you can take the diffuser sheet and stick it on the outside of it. And there you go with a diffused softbox lighting. It did come with one more feature that really is kind of terrible. And that is this softbox. It's supposed to be like a wide angle diffuser for the box here, but there is a single problem, and that is it's just not big enough to fit on this box. So they must have just sent me one for one of their smaller sizes. Kind of a bummer, but whatever. But let's go ahead and get into what it's like when you plug it in. There it is. Okay, first of all, It's got kind of a cool array. And it's pretty trippy if you're looking right at it. Secondly, which I think this is one of the biggest features of it, is that you can control how bright it is. It's dimmable. The $40 light, one brightness setting, one color setting. This here, you can use this snazzy little windows closed. This is using the falconized lighting system. So you can see here, we've got color temperature settings. We can go way blue, or we can go all the way down to way yellow. So there's quite a difference there. Gives you different looks. Of course, you can change a lot of this kind of stuff just in your white balance. But let's just bring it back up to a nice medium warm. Now this is another thing. We're at 12% brightness here. Let's go ahead and crank this thing up. That's 100% now. This thing is stupid bright. So let's go ahead and turn it all the way down. Oop, that's the wrong button. There we go, you can see it dropping. It's getting dimmer and dimmer, and now it's completely off. That's one, it just goes up from there. So that's a pretty snazzy feature, especially if you need to change the brightness on the fly. You don't have to add more sheets to it. You don't have to change your exposure. You don't have to move the light further away. You can just turn it down a little bit. Now, the biggest feature for why you may want to spend $300 and some odd on this is that this here has got an antenna on it. And everybody loves antennas, so go buy this. No, this can connect to a number of other units identical to it. And with one controller alone, you can control all the lights at once. So if you're using this on a big studio or product photography possibly, this comes in incredibly handy because you can just change all the lighting at once. You don't have to go around to each individual one, change the color temperature to get a different look. You can just do it all right here. So I'm looking forward to shooting various items with this crazy looking light. I'm gonna see if I can't find some neat places that I can use a flexible LED panel. There we go. This is what all the rest of my videos are gonna look like. I'm gonna go blind. So you guys have kind of seen the lighting you can expect in this video by looking at me. I'm gonna go ahead and set this up in a softbox and see what kind of pictures, what kind of product pictures we can get out of this thing. And I'll show you them now. So as you can see, this picture is now a flat lay down and is ready to be photoshopped into other pictures for social media and advertisements. So hopefully this video shows you just how important lighting can be when you're trying to shoot pictures or videos. And I showed you two different lighting solutions in wildly different price brackets. So anybody can afford it, whether you want to just get into it and you need just a dedicated light because the free window isn't quite cutting it, or if you're in a big set, a serious production, and you need 5 or 6 lights, you want to be able to control them all at once and control the temperature and the brightness. If you guys want to check out those lights, head down in the description. I've got links for them there. And if you're more interested in this kind of stuff here, this is what me and my wife now do. The company is called Local Stature. Be sure to check us out on Etsy as well as Instagram. And be sure to hit the follow button over there. My wife would greatly appreciate that. But thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys like this video. Hit that subscribe button and we'll see you in the next one.